Hello and welcome back to Music Mitra. My name is Bindu Nair. This is a channel where we make Carnatic music easy for you. Today, the topic we are going to discuss is similar sounding ragas. There are a lot of ragas in Carnatic music which form a group of, like we call them, allied ragas or similar ragas. And many students get confused between the two. For example, there's Ananda Bhairavi, Riti Gaula, all this one family of ragas, Husseini. They're all under a kind of umbrella where for a new student it can be a little confusing. Hey, this sounds like that, especially you see Sagarigama comes both in Ananda Bhairavi and in Bhairavi. But in Bhairavi we sing Sagarigama Padani Sa, whereas in Ananda Bhairavi Sagarigama Pada Pasa. So when you hear Sagarigama, it could be Bhairavi or it could be Ananda Bhairavi. Same way Riti Gaula says Sagarigama Nidama Ni Sa. See that, but Sagarigama was so common for all three. So then that confusion in the mind can be there. That's why we need to have the complete understanding of the sancharas of a raga. By the way, a raga is not just its arohanam, avarohanam or a scale. We cannot limit a raga to the scale. So a raga cannot be limited by a scale. So that is the exact point I want to discuss today. Two ragas can have exactly the same arohanam or the scale or avarohanam, or both arohanam and avarohanam, but they can be entirely different ragas. So how is that possible? And for a beginner level student, it is too confusing. Many a times even I have wondered in the past, how can it be like that? Two ragas having same arohanam, avarohanam, but then why can't it be the same? No, it's not the same, because the same swaras, but how they are handled in one raga is different from how they are handled in another raga. So we discussed about let's say Bhairavi and Ananda Bhairavi and Riti Gaula. Now we will discuss today 4 other ragams. Yes, actually there are 4. Though the main confusion is between 2 ragas, that is Sri Ragam and Madhyamavati. There's a major confusion among students about Sri Ragam and Madhyamavati. Both are janya of the 22nd Mela Karahara Priya. And the arohanam of both are the same. Sari ma pa ni sa is arohanam for both Sri Ragam and for Madhyamavati. But in the avarohanam, Sri Ragam has 2 variants. One Sri Ragam is sa ni pa da ni pa ma re ga re sa. That's one variation of Sri Ragam which was used by Muthuswami Dikshitar. Whereas in Tyagaraja Swami's compositions there is no dha. So his version will be Sani pa ma re ga re sa yendaro mahanu bavulu. So there is no dha. Re ga re sa will come. Sani pa ma is common, but re ga re sa. Whereas Sani pa ma re sa without the ga is Madhyamavati. With the ga re, not ga re ga re sa is Sri Ragam. Now suppose I remove that re and put only ga re sa. Sani pa ma ga re sa, Ragam changed. It is manirang. Sari ma pa ni sa is the same. Sani pa ma ga re sa jaya jaya Padmanabhanu Jesha. You would have heard that. That's a ragam known as manirang. Very similar, just Rigarisa is in Sri Ragam means Garisa is in manirang. So you see how close a raga is to the other raga. So for a student, these kind of things can be a little complicating and confusing. So this discussion is to remove that sort of confusion. So always look for ga. If you find ga means it is not Madhyamavati, it has to be Sri. Okay, so this is the difference. Now there's one more raga. We spoke about three. Sri ragam, Madhyamavati, manirang. Now there's another raga which is in the same family, having the same arohanam, avarohanam as Madhyamavati. Sari ma pa ni sa, sa ni pa ma re sa. Can you tell me which ragam it is? Anyone? The ragam name is Brindavana Saranga. That has the same arohanam and avarohanam, exactly same like Madhyamavati. That is Shadjam, Chatushruti Rishabam, Shuddha Madhyamam, Panchamam and Kaishiki Nishadam. So we sing Sari Ma Pa Ni with Gamakam in Madhyamavati. But the same in Brindavana Saranga, the same Ri, we will use it in a very smooth fashion without any gamakams, and then the ragam changes. Shri Rangamangalanidhi, must have heard that, the Rangapura Vihara, that is in Brindavana Saranga. So sa re ma pa ni, see the way it is handled. The swara is the same. Kaishiki Nishadam, ni, we are singing here. Whereas there, how did we sing? Sari ma pa ni. There's more weight in Madhyamavati. Whereas in Brindavana Sanga, Sari ma pa ni, sa ni pa ma re ni sa. See how the feel of the raga itself changed by just changing the gamakams. So this is more like a jaru, it's like a slide that is coming in Brindavana Saranga. So the discussion is remove the confusion by understanding that raga better. So to summarize the whole thing, both Madhyamavati and Brindavana Saranga has the same arohanam and the same avarohanam, but it is the gamakas or the usage of the notes that make it different. Same way, Madhyamavati and Sri Ragam has the same arohanam but a slightly different avarohanam. One note extra came, ga. And when it came to manirang, it has the same ga but the order changed. Instead of singing re ga re sa in Sri Ragam, we are singing ma ga re sa, sari ma pa ni sa, sa ni pa ma ga re sa is manirang. So this is just to make you aware that if two ragas sound same to you, it is okay in the beginning. It's because you have still not understood that raga completely. So we need to also understand that there are allied ragas to that raga, and if there is some places you are having a doubt, it could be this other raga, like Darbar Nayaki is another combination like this. But many times we feel, oh, is it Darbar or is it Nayaki? There can be a confusion. Same way, we have Pantuvarali and Purvi Kalyani. Again, these two ragas, for a beginner level student, there is a lot of confusion. I'm being frank with you, including me. When we hear it, is it Purvi Kalyani? Some parts sound so much like Pantuvarali, but it can be Purvi Kalyani because of this. It's just few notes here and there that make it different. So, having said that, my message to you is explore your ragas more. Go deeper into the raga. Try to understand the ragas that you are learning a little more better. Understand the theory behind the ragas, not just singing a song. Yes, we need to sing the songs, but understand the theory. Understand what are the swaras that make up the raga. What are the gamakas that are used for the swaras in that raga. How is it different from the gamakas being used for that exact same swara in another raga? And within the raga, is there a different gamaka we can apply for the same note at different contexts? When the context change, depending on which note is next to it, or which note is before it. The same note can be handled in a different way. So how do we understand? It's so complex. How do we understand all this? It's just by Sravana Jnana. Many things the teacher will just guide you. You have to open your ears and eyes and be like that, sponge to absorb everything that, and we need to develop a kind of um listening, which is a very micro level listening skill. 50% of music is Shravanajnanam, right? We have to keep listening. Even our gurus will tell us, hear more. If you want to sing Manodharma, hear more music, hear more good music, and good music will come. Because what we fill our brain with is what that's going to overflow out of our brain when we want to do our own interpretation of a raga, right? So for that, we need to keep listening, hours and hours of listening. Hours and hours of practicing, hours and hours of listening. Yes, you heard it right. Music is not an easy journey, okay? And if you see an artist singing impeccably on stage, you should understand the sweat and blood that has gone behind that 2 hours. What you see 2 hours is 200 hours of practice, sweat and blood that has happened at home. So we need to appreciate the musicians who are, and today with internet, they are out there sharing all their expertise and knowledge. When we as students, we need to go and take advantage of that loads of information out there. Today's day and today in today's day and age, music learning is becoming more and more easy. Compare it to the Gurukula Vasam that happened 50 years back and today. We are so lucky, right, that we can get. Today you want to know how MS Subbalakshmi handled a particular raga? Just at the click of a button, she's there for you singing. I mean, what else can we ask for, right? It has become so easy and knowledge at your fingertips. But that is when we say, information overload also, many people just take it for granted. So dear music students, take your music seriously, understand a raga to its depths in whatever way we can. Listen to more and more great musicians. The same raga, how a same raga but different musician will handle it in a different way. And that is when we should be like a bee, where the bee, whenever it sees a nice smelling flower, goes, sits and takes what it wants from there. So same way, be like a bee. Go from any go to concerts, go to listen to artists online, and see where all you can imbibe these good things about a raga, about a particular gamakam or a usage or the bhava, how the lyrics are interpreted. So much to learn out there. Music is like a Mahasagaram out there, and we are just not even touched a drop in the ocean. So let us together learn more, listen more, and spread the joy of music to more and more people. And this is Music Mitra signing off for you. Stay subscribed, share the video with other music lovers, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.